These two here are the twin sisters Julie and Yolanda, who have the same DNA, genetics, and metabolism. The difference is that one is slim and healthy, while the other weighs over 230 pounds and can barely find clothes that fit her body. But how can this happen if they have the same DNA? If it's not genetics, could it be diet or exercise? Well, as you'll see here today, it all comes down to a fat-burning bacteria present in our gut called Crisoncinella minuta, or simply CSM. It's no secret that the gut is considered our second brain, with hundreds of studies proving its influence on weight loss, skin issues, and even in fighting chronic diseases like diabetes and Alzheimer's. But what few people know is that inside everyone's intestine, there's a specific group of fat-burning bacteria that process and convert the calories from the food we eat into energy, preventing it from turning into fat and spreading throughout our bodies. This leaves you feeling less hungry, more energetic, with younger-looking skin, and with your metabolism in overdrive, burning everything that comes in almost immediately. But the big problem is that, according to a study published by the London Journal of Medicine in 2020, the toxic substances present in the processed foods we eat every day, the pollution we are exposed to, smoking, and even the packaging of the water we drink. These invading agents that contaminate our bloodstream end up destroying our gut health, infesting our second brain with bad bacteria, and killing the healthy ones, like CSM. In fact, all the most recent studies indicate that the imbalance in the gut microbiota, when harmful bacteria outnumber beneficial ones, is now the #1 cause of chronic diseases such as obesity, diabetes, joint pain, and even breast cancer. This is why one person stays healthy while another doesn't, even when they share the same genes, like with the twins Julie and Yolanda. And that's why I ask you to take 3 minutes out of your day and pay close attention here, because what I'm going to show you in this video, you won't find anywhere else. This pumpkin seed tea will thoroughly cleanse your gut microbiota, sweeping away all the toxic bacteria that have accumulated over the years, and filling your intestine with healthy and fat-burning ones, especially from CSM type. In fact, that's the secret I used to lose 30 pounds in less than a month and finally made peace with my body, my self-esteem, and my appearance. I've already shared this recipe with over 3,000 patients, and all of them were able to lose at least 7 pounds per week without restrictive diets, exhausting exercises, or risky injections.
It's been 2 weeks since I started taking this little recipe, and the difference is already noticeable. In 2 weeks, I lost more than 6 kilograms, and all my pants are loose. I went from size 40 to size 36.
I lost 8 kilos in 15 days. Can you believe it? Without dieting, Jim, I literally just used this little recipe here. Look, the bariatric seed recipe.
So pay close attention and watch this quick presentation until the end, because in less than 5 minutes, I'm going to show you in detail how you can prepare this simple pumpkin seed recipe at home to fill your gut with fat-burning CSM bacteria and start seeing your body slim down, your metabolism speed up, and those unwanted pounds disappear within the next 4 weeks. It won't even take a minute of your day, and you can find these nutrients at any local market or grocery store. If you drink a glass of this every day, you'll be shocked when you look in the mirror a month from now. With a flatter stomach, younger and glowing skin, a more defined body, renewed energy, and getting rid of all that extra weight you've struggled so much to lose with a level of ease that will make you actually angry for not discovering this sooner. But before we continue, I need to introduce myself so you can see I'm not just another scammer trying to sell you some placebo or useless ebooks. My name is Emma Clark. I'm 41 years old, and besides being a mother and wife, I'm a research doctor with over 12 years of experience in the field of functional weight loss, and the author of the bestseller Fat Burning Secrets, which has sold over 1 million copies here in the United States. But seeing me today, helping thousands of ordinary women and even famous actresses lose weight and achieve their dream body, no one would imagine that I myself have struggled a lot with my weight. To be honest, after I became Joseph's mother, my body changed completely. I realized I no longer had the same energy as before, you know? I felt more tired, worn out, hungrier, and I started gaining weight nonstop in my belly, thighs, chin, underarms. At that time, I barely recognized myself when I looked in the mirror. It was a feeling of shame and guilt about my own body, you know? I thought everyone was judging me, and I was constantly comparing myself. I didn't even have the self-esteem to dress up around my friends, wear tighter clothes, put on a bikini at the beach, or step into a store fitting room without dreading my own reflection. The truth is, it was really hard for me, someone who always had a slim body in my youth, to neglect myself and my health to the point where I was almost depressed. So, like everyone else, I tried the usual things: intermittent fasting, ketogenic diet, detox, weight loss pills, going to the gym. I cut out junk food and started eating like a bird, and even then I managed to lose about 5, maybe 8 pounds in a month, but it was always the same story. I'd lose fat and then, poof, gain it all back. This yo-yo effect is the worst thing in our lives. Trust me, only those who've been trapped in that vicious yo yo-yo cycle can grasp just how soul-crushing it is. I remember standing in front of the mirror, tears in my eyes, thinking, is this really who I am now? But it was at my lowest point, feeling defeated every time I stepped on a scale, hiding from photos and even avoiding being intimate with my husband, that I discovered this little recipe. The bariatric seed ritual. Something so simple it felt almost ridiculous. This simple secret made me lose over 25 pounds in less than 4 weeks. In fact, it's also what helped one of my patients, Victoria, 34 years old, lose 28 pounds. And Ashley from Chicago, who lost almost 37 pounds in less than 2 months. So pay close attention right now, okay? Not only will I share the bariatric seed recipe with you so you can make it at home without spending a single penny, but I'll also reveal how I stumbled upon this secret. And trust me, it was really crazy, because it was through a bizarre experiment involving 2 identical twin sisters, the only difference being that one was slim and the other was obese. Did you know that there are thousands of twins around the world who are 100% identical in every aspect? DNA, genetics, diet, everything, except for one fact: one twin is slim and the other is overweight. For example, the case of Julie and Yolanda, or Alice and Lindsay. It caught the attention of a group of American scientists from the University of Kansas who decided to investigate further in the researchers' minds if they could discover what caused one twin to have 20, 40, or even 60 pounds more fat than the other. They would finally have a definitive answer to weight loss. So they gathered 648 pairs of twin siblings and conducted every test you can imagine: diets, exercises, hormones, but nothing could explain why one twin weighed so much more than the other. That is, until they had the brilliant idea to collect their fecal samples to see if they could find any answers there. Kind of gross, right? But when the results came in and the scientists compared the samples, they made the biggest discovery in the history of fat burning, because absolutely all the slim twins had extremely high levels of a healthy bacteria called CSM in their gut, while in the overweight twins, this bacteria was practically non-existent. And after more than 6 months of testing, this was the only difference between their bodies. But now comes the craziest part of the experiment. The scientists took 2 random twin sisters, one weighing 165 pounds and the other 242 pounds, and extracted the bacteria from their intestines. After that, they took 2 mice that were also twins. The idea was to put the gut bacteria from the slim twin into one of the mice and the bacteria from the overweight twin into the other, because that way they could find out if CSM-type bacteria really made that much difference in weight gain. So they fed the mice the same diet, the same food, at the same times, and with the same calories. Everything had to be exactly the same for the experiment to work. After all, if the number of calories that go in and out of our bodies is all that matters, as 99% of people believe, at the end of the study, the mice should have the same weight, right? Well, here was the result. Insane, right? After just 4 weeks, the mouse injected with the gut bacteria from the overweight twin had 23% more body fat than the other injected with the bacteria from the slim one. The worst part? The overweight mouse had much higher sugar levels and was almost diabetic. Look, they were identical, had the same DNA, lived in the same environment, ate the same food, and did the same exercises. And yet, the mouse with the bacteria from the overweight twin became obese and sick in just 4 weeks, while the other remained slim and healthy. It was as if the fat-burning bacteria were preventing the mouse from gaining weight. This ended up proving to the scientists that genetics, diet, and exercise play a much smaller role in weight loss than people think. For example, everyone has that friend who eats everything in sight, doesn't diet, doesn't go to the gym, and yet always has a slim and fit body, right? But the reality is they don't have better genetics than you, and they don't eat better than you. They just had the luck of having high levels of this fat-burning bacteria called CSM inside their gut, which keeps their bodies slim and toned even while eating pizza, soda, ice cream, hamburgers, cake, and everything they want. So after this experiment was published by the US Journal of Medicine at the end of 2019, if I'm not mistaken, I started studying more about the intestine and the over 850 billion bacteria that make up our gut microbiota, and especially about Crisonella minuta, also called CSM, the bacteria discovered in the experiment with the twin sisters. I found out that CSM is a fat-burning bacteria that works by converting calories into energy. Let me explain. When you eat something, whether it's cake or a salad, the food turns into calories inside your body, right? And this is where the importance of the gut in weight loss comes in, because when those calories reach the gut, they either turn into fat and go to your belly, legs, arms, neck, and everywhere else, or they are released as energy without you gaining a single pound. And guess who decides whether the calories turn into fat or energy? Exactly, the fat-burning CSM bacteria. It's like they're a big filter, selecting which parts of the food should become energy and which should be converted into extra weight. The more CSM inside your gut, the more more of what you eat is turned into energy and expelled from your body, even if it's a hamburger, pizza, or a chocolate cake. And obviously, the less CSM you have in your gut, the more of the food you eat turns into stubborn fat, even if it's salad or vegetables. But it doesn't stop there. According to the National Institutes of Health, CSM can also block the formation of new fat cells by 40 to 80%, thus preventing the yo-yo effect. This happens because it acts as a natural appetite suppressant, since it's the one that signals from your gut to the rest of your body that you have enough energy and don't need to eat anymore. In other words, it blocks hunger. And then all those compulsive cravings for sweets simply disappear. And a side effect of this is that you have more energy and vitality, a better mood, increased sexual libido, lower blood sugar, and many other benefits. But here's the big problem. You're probably wondering what makes a person have more or less CSM in their gut, right? And no, it's not aging, as you might think. If the root cause of weight gain was just getting older, none of this would explain why, in the last 80 years, obesity rates have exploded like never before in human history. Think about it. Back in the 1940s and 50s, our grandparents ate hearty meals full of natural fats, real butter, and even sugars. Yet overall, people were slimmer, more energetic, and rarely dealt with chronic weight issues like we see today. Just take a look at a beach photo from the 70s and you'll instantly see what I'm talking about. So why has the obesity rate in the US soared by over 300% since the end of World War II, transforming what used to be an exception into a full-blown epidemic? Well, the answer is a silent enemy that's been creeping into our kitchens ever since large-scale food manufacturing took off in the post-war boom. In an effort to make food last longer on shelves and ramp up profits, major industries began flooding our diets with a cocktail of artificial chemicals, preservatives, stabilizers, and who knows what else, turning once natural meals into ultra-processed concoctions. But here's the big problem. Recent studies from the Oxford University Journal of Medicine indicates that the artificial compounds found in ultra-processed foods gradually destroy the beneficial bacteria in our gut, causing a critical drop in CSM levels and contributing to substantial weight gain. It's like pouring acid on the very garden that's meant to keep you lean and healthy, destroying beneficial flora, disrupting appetite signals, and forcing your body to cling to every calorie as fat. That's why, despite all the miracle diets and wonder pills, we're seeing an obesity surge unlike anything our grandparents ever faced. Because while they cooked with fresh ingredients directly from local farms, often free from pesticides, preservatives, and synthetic hormones, we are inundated daily by foods engineered to last months on a shelf, pumped with chemicals that sabotage our gut from the inside out, which explains the obesity epidemic we face in America, where over 40% of the population is overweight. Did you know that more than 1 in 4 adults in the US now struggles with obesity? That's over 70 million Americans facing serious risks to their health every single day. Do you understand now? Every time you opt for those industrialized, preservative-laden foods like microwave dinners, sugary cereals, artificially sweetened beverages, or processed snacks, you've been flooding your body with a cocktail of chemical agents, strangling the very bacteria in your gut designed to keep you lean. And since your gut microbiome is responsible for everything from regulating your metabolism and hunger to boosting your energy and mood, this toxic buildup triggers unrelenting weight gain, stubborn belly fat, and that constant feeling of bloat or sluggishness. And if you do nothing to eliminate these harmful substances and restore the healthy balance of your gut flora, the problem will only keep escalating, making each new diet, workout, or supplement feel like an uphill battle you just can't win. For example, how many diets have you tried to lose weight? How many times have you exercised only to see the localized fat return after a while? If the problem was just lack of physical activity or eating too much chocolate, as these so-called experts say, you would have already solved your problem by now, don't you agree? But you haven't. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here today. And that's the biggest proof that the real culprit behind the numbers you see on the scale is not you, it's not your routine, it's not your habits, and it's definitely not your willpower. It's a silent chemical assault hijacking your gut and crippling the very bacteria designed to shield you from weight gain, your CSM-type fat burners. Until you address this silent invasion, that extra weight around your belly, arms, and thighs will cling to you and keep coming back no matter how many diet or workout regimens you try. But before you think it's all about taking probiotics because that's what everyone thinks, it's not. The amount of probiotics a human being ingests does not have the capacity to eliminate bad bacteria, not even if you drink 10 liters of yogurt a day. That alone won't change your gut microbiota. The most you might get is a stomachache and a few hours in the bathroom. So for the love of God, focus on me right now, because this is where the bariatric seed comes in. A study published in 2024 by Science and Health, the American Research Institute focused on natural alternatives for weight loss, proved that this seed here, the pumpkin seed, when mixed and consumed with 2 other secret ingredients in a very specific way, which I'm going to show you right now, can increase reduce levels of fat-burning CSM-type bacteria by up to 323%, cleaning and balancing the gut microbiota of anyone within days, regardless of age or genetics. This consequently leads to a drastic reduction in weight, measurements, hunger, fatigue, and blood sugar levels, among many other clinically proven benefits. But why? Why is the pumpkin seed so powerful when it comes to gut health? And how should you consume it to finally unlock your weight loss and live a lighter, healthier, happier, and more confident life? Well, I'll let my friend, a doctor and biochemist with over 20 years of experience, Dr. Tani Andrews, answer this question. He graduated from the University of London in 2001 and spent over 15 years as the head of the Federal Medical Council in the United Kingdom, as well as being the mastermind behind the experiments with the twin sisters. He conducted all the research on the importance of pumpkin seeds for gut health and their astonishing impact on the fat-burning process. So there's no one better than Dr. Tani Andrews himself to show you how to use this secret the pharmaceutical industry does everything to hide, so that you can start shedding all that stubborn fat today in a safe, proven, and natural way. With you, Dr. Tani Andrews.
Hello, my name is Dr. Anthony Andrews. I'm a medical doctor and biochemist with over 20 years of experience, having graduated from the University of London. For nearly 15 years, I served as the head of the Federal Medical Council in the United Kingdom. And today, I lead a team of over 70 scientists here in the United States. Our focus, developing safe, natural solutions for chronic conditions like obesity and diabetes. But I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm here at the request of my dear friend Emma, who asked me to clarify one crucial point. Why has the humble pumpkin seed become known as the holy grail of natural weight loss? Something even celebrities rely on to drop pounds quickly and effortlessly. Well, the answer lies in these small bioactive compounds you see on your screen, known as phytosterols. Let me explain. As Emma has already shown you, the University of Kansas study with identical twins revealed something astonishing. After months of rigorous testing, the researchers pinpointed the single factor that set them apart: the presence of CSM-type bacteria in their gut, the very fat-burning microbe that decides whether your calories turn into energy or stubborn pounds. Naturally, that raised the question, how do we boost our CSM levels? And well, that's exactly where pumpkin seeds come into play. You see, inside the often overlooked pumpkin seed, you'll find extremely high levels of a potent bioactive compound that doctors around the world hail as nature's sacred nutrient. I'm talking about the phytosterols, widely recognized for their anti-inflammatory properties and backed by groundbreaking research. For instance, a clinical trial published in Diabetes Research and Clinical Practice found that people who added phytosterols to their routine significantly lowered their cholesterol and balanced their blood sugar in under 15 days. In 2019, a study at the Federal University of New York indicated that regular consumption of phytosterols could reduce the risk of breast cancer by up to 20%. But the most jaw-dropping discovery comes from a 2024 study by Science and Health, revealing that daily phytosterol intake can boost the amount of healthy CSM-type bacteria by up to 280%, no matter your age. That's because these potent compounds unleash anti-inflammatory and probiotic powers that zero in on gut health, allowing your body to heal from the inside out. They don't just expel harmful bacteria, they repopulate your intestinal microbiota with the beneficial waist-slimming strains your system craves. Okay, but what does that mean for you? Well, here's the exciting part. By incorporating this simple yet powerful nutrient, phytosterols, into your daily routine, you're effectively flipping your body's fat-burning switch, turning stubborn flab into clean-burning energy around the clock. Imagine having stable energy all day long, no punishing diets, and no roller coaster cravings dragging you down. Instead, you'll wake up feeling lighter, more confident, and fully in control without any of the usual struggles. That's because you're addressing the root cause, an imbalanced gut microbiome, rather than just masking symptoms. The result, a leaner, healthier you who feels energized, revitalized, and ready to take on life's challenges with renewed confidence and freedom. I get it, Tani, but does that mean I just need to munch on pumpkin seeds to drop the extra pounds? Unfortunately, no, it's not that simple. Here's the deal. Even though pumpkin seeds are the richest source of phytosterols on the planet, research shows you'd have to eat a massive amount just to see minimal results. According to a 2023 analysis by Science and Health, 100 grams of raw pumpkin seeds can yield about 265 milligrams of phytosterols, definitely more than other seeds. But here's the kicker. You'd need around 125 seeds every single day just to nudge your CSM levels by a mere 4%. That's nuts, right? I mean, who's going to chew through mountains of pumpkin seeds every single day just hoping for a tiny boost in gut gut bacteria? No one. So if simply gorging on pumpkin seeds isn't the answer, how do we really ramp up CSM and finally reclaim a slim, healthy body? Well, that's exactly what I set out to solve. Over the last 2 years, I dedicated my career to finding the perfect formula to extract maximum phytosterols from pumpkin seeds. Countless hours of research and experiments went by, but alone, locked in my laboratory, I seemed to be getting nowhere. I was about to give up when I had the brightest idea of my life. I contacted Wellness Prime, one of the largest natural supplements laboratories in America, based in Palo Alto, California. This is the only supplement company I trust complete and would stake my reputation on because I have worked there. Wellness Prime is the world's leading reference when it comes to the development of natural formulas to address the health issues of the modern world. It's where the initial formulas for creatine, hydrolyzed collagen, vitamin C, and many other supplements that changed the world were created. So, as soon as I shared my plan with the director of Wellness Prime, Dr. James Weisberg, he naturally felt a bit apprehensive. But after I showed all the evidence and studies about the action of phytosterols on the gut microbiota of overweight patients, he realized that he was facing a unique opportunity, a real possibility to not only treat but cure millions of people around the world who face the nightmare of living with obesity and overweight, truly impacting the world in a positive way and on a large scale. So thank God the executives agreed to develop the extraction formula. And the next day, the scientists at Wellness Prime had already begun the research, which I had the honor of leading. It was 8 months of experiments and frustrating attempts seeking a way to extract phytosterols from within the pumpkin seed in the highest possible concentration. Until December 2023, we finally managed to arrive at a definitive and proven formula, which is this extract that I am holding here in my hand. This pumpkin seed extract contains sufficient levels of phytosterols to clog the intestines with weight loss bacteria of the CSM type, while simultaneously expelling bad bacteria, regulating the gut microbiota of anyone once and for all in a matter of days. Since liquid intake has an absorption rate up to 4 times greater than capsules or gummies, we transform the phytosterol extract into ultra-concentrated and easy-to-use drops, and thus emerge the most efficient and innovative solution when it comes to weight loss, gut drops. But before releasing the formula to the market, we had to test it, right? So, after FDA approval, we gathered 378 people and divided them into 2 groups, varying between men and women aged 20 to 75, all of whom were overweight. Group 1 was to exercise and follow a low-carbohydrate diet for 4 weeks, and Group 2 should do absolutely nothing except consume the concentrated phytosterol extract in drops every morning. And the result left the scientists stunned, because Group 1, who starved themselves and worked out excessively, lost an average of 7 pounds in a month. Meanwhile, the participants in Group 2, who used the Gut Drops formula daily, lost an average of an incredible 28 pounds of body fat and dropped 6 inches off their waist during the 4 weeks of the study. In fact, one of the participants in the study was my dear friend Emma, so I will let her tell you about her experience, okay? And better than that, she will release 3 bottles of Gut Drops for free to those watching this video today as part of the Zero Obesity campaign created by the manufacturer Wellness Prime. A big hug from your dear friend Tony.
It was thanks to Dr. Tani's revolutionary formula that I lost 25 pounds in less than a month, without medications, injections, supplements, or anything of the sort. By just taking 2 drops of Gut Drops before each meal, today I can say that I'm a new woman, much lighter, happier, more fulfilled, and bursting with an energy I haven't felt in years. Honestly, it's as if I've rewound time by a decade or 2, rediscovering a youthful spark I'd nearly given up on. And I'm not just talking about my appearance, okay? But mainly about how I feel. I no longer feel like people are judging me all the time. I no longer cringe at the thought of stepping on the scale, and I'm no longer embarrassed by my body when I wake up and see myself in the mirror, because now I love, accept, and am finally proud of myself. And that's exactly why, after experiencing all these amazing results, I started recommending Gut Drops to all my patients, including Hollywood celebrities.
This was me, 42 pounds heavier, and today this is me. All because of this formula right here, the Gut Drops. Even my skin looks so much smoother, and everyone at home is saying it looks like I stepped into a time machine. Emma, I cannot thank you and Dr. Robert enough for creating this amazing formula. I don't go a day without my Gut Drops now.
I'm honestly speechless, you guys. I've truly never seen anything like this. So on the 3rd day of using Gut Drops, I already noticed my face getting smaller, my skin getting more radiant. I'm serious. And I began waking up with so much more energy, you guys, and going to the bathroom a lot more regularly. I'm honestly blown away, you guys, because not even in my wildest dreams could I have imagined that this was going to be coming. Because when I finally got the courage to weigh myself, I went from 165 to 140, you guys. literally just fat gone off my body, all thanks to this little secret right here. And the craziest part is it hasn't even been 2 months since I started. I still have 20 pounds to reach my goal, but now I'm sure that I'm gonna make it. Honestly, thank you so much, Emma. I literally feel like a different woman and my self-esteem is so much better. I am so grateful. Thank you.
Can you imagine how amazing it would be to have this same shift in your own life? Look, after witnessing with my own eyes the incredible transformation of hundreds of women and seeing how happy they were talking about the improvements in their relationships, from self-esteem to wearing shorter clothes, from looking in the mirror and feeling pride instead of shame, from having more energy, health, and vitality, I was certain that Gut Drops worked for anyone and was different from anything I had ever seen in my life. So now I just needed to make this discovery reach more people, so that instead of helping only the women who came to my office, I could help literally millions of people around the world. People like you who want to live a healthier life and start feeling beautiful, admired, and proud of yourself again. So I called Dr. Tani and basically begged him to make this formula available to everyone. You see, up until then, Gut Drops was sold exclusively to pharmacies and medical clinics, which sent the price through the roof, hitting a ridiculous $190 a bottle, courtesy of those pharma giants who overcharge at every opportunity, caring only about their profits rather than your well-being. And that's exactly why I pleaded with Dr. Tani to make Gut Drops available to everyone at a fair price. Thank God he is a man of values and principles, unlike those greedy businessmen who only care about your money and couldn't care less about your health. So Dr. Tani agreed to cut out the middlemen and sell directly to the end customer, but with one condition: that I join him in this bold project that could certainly impact the lives of millions of people across America who suffer from being overweight and all the problems that come with this condition. And that's exactly why I'm recording this video, to show you how you can get up to 3 bottles of Gut Drops for free today. The first drop supplement specifically developed to increase the production of fat-burning CSM-type bacteria in your gut by up to 280%, so you can lose up to 30 pounds of fat in the next 28 days. Throughout my career as a specialist in functional weight loss, I've never seen anything as unique and powerful as Gut Drops. While other solutions might work temporarily, they ultimately rely on willpower alone, because with diets and exercise, you have to keep doing them forever, right? So if we slack off for just a week, all that weight we've lost comes back. It's so discouraging, you know? Not to mention that as we age, our metabolism slows down, and diets and exercise alone do nothing to solve that. That's why the Gut Drops formula is so unique. It tackles the root of the problem by naturally increasing the number of fat-burning bacteria inside our gut, blocking hunger, preventing weight gain, and quickly eliminating stored fat in those problematic areas like the belly, underarms, legs, and even the face. That's why I'm putting myself here in public to say there is nothing like Gut Drops when it comes to well-being and health. This is because in addition to the pumpkin seed extract, the scientists at Wellness Prime made sure to add 3 more natural components to the Gut Drops formula, making it even more powerful. The first one is grapeseed extract. This small seed contains high concentrations of oligomeric proanthocyanidins, or OPCS, which are potent compounds that help flush out free radicals and support overall detoxification. By activating an army of white blood cells in your immune system, grapeseed extract not only cleanses your bloodstream, but also breaks down and eliminates the cellular damage caused by toxins and foreign substances accumulated over the years. And best of all, it prevents that vicious cycle of inflammation from taking hold, allowing your metabolism to run at peak efficiency and your gut to function at its absolute best. This detoxifying process not only speeds up the weight loss but can also give you perfect skin, free of age spots or wrinkles. Because when you eliminate these harmful toxins from your system, your skin cells begin to regenerate at the same rate as when you were 25 years old. This process, known as cellular renewal, where the body replaces old and weak cells with new and elastic ones, is the main factor in reversing sagging skin, wrinkles, and fine lines caused by premature aging. So it's very common during the treatment for the patient to notice their skin becoming smoother, firmer, and more youthful. If you use Gut Drops for more than 6 months, then the transformation is unbelievable. Seriously, I have patients who send me selfies in the middle of the day showing how much better their skin looks. Can you believe it? And since you're going to lose a lot of weight, it's essential to use grapeseed extract daily in conjunction with the pumpkin seed extract, because this will eliminate sagging and dead skin that can appear after rapid and drastic weight loss. Now, the second nutrient added to the Gut Drops formula was green tea extract. Green tea has long been associated with appetite control because it contains a well-known polyphenol called catechin, which when ingested acts directly on the nervous system, drastically increasing the production of leptin, the hormone responsible for satiety And indeed, green tea is essential in controlling appetite since it acts as a natural hunger suppressant. But what few people know are the wonderful benefits green tea has for the brain. A comparative experiment conducted with 2 lab rats at the University of Michigan in 2021 demonstrated that catechin has neuroprotective effects, directly influencing the production of dopamine and serotonin. These hormones are responsible for giving us energy, vitality, good mood, focus, balance, and mental clarity, protecting against the ills of anxiety and depression. Moreover, all recent studies conclusively prove that green tea extract also helps reduce bad cholesterol and triglyceride levels, thus protecting cardiovascular health. And to make gut drops even more powerful, the scientists at Wellness Prime made sure to add an extra nutrient that, in my opinion, is the most important when it comes to health: vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 plays a crucial role in thousands of chemical reactions in the body, supporting bone and heart health, while also helping to maintain a healthy brain and sharp memory. But the main reason they chose vitamin D3 is its power to heal and prevent chronic diseases, potentially increasing your life expectancy by up to 4 years if used regularly, according to a study conducted by scientists at the University of Michigan in 2015. Now, do you realize the power of the Gut Drops formula? And the only thing you need to do is take 2 drops before each meal, nothing else. It doesn't matter if you're 30, 40, 50, or even 70 years old. It doesn't matter your current weight or your genetics. It's impossible, I repeat, impossible for you not to lose at least 15 pounds in the first month using Gut Drops consistently.
I have to admit, at first, I didn't believe that this formula here would really work. But by the 3rd day of taking Gut Drops every day, I started to notice my pants getting a little looser and my belly becoming less soft and flabby. And when I weighed myself after 7 days, I was 8 pounds lighter. In 1 week, I lost the amount of weight that usually takes me a month of dieting and going to the gym to lose. By the end of the first 4 weeks, I had lost a total of 22 pounds. My husband and I couldn't believe what we were seeing. And today, even eating whatever I want, the weight doesn't come back at all. I've been using Gut Drops daily for almost 6 months now, and my friends joke that there's an Alice before and after Gut Drops because it's like I have a whole new energy, a different vibe, and my self-esteem is through the roof. Emma, thank you so much for introducing me to the Gut Drops formula. I honestly don't know what I'd do without it. Kisses.
I was pretty skeptical, especially because I bought a lot of things online that only made me lose time and money. But what happened to me after I started taking the Gut Drops formula before each meal was astonishing. To this day, I'm still not used to my loose and baggy pants. In fact, last week I had to go shopping because I've already lost all my XL shirts, dresses, and pants. I don't know who's happier in this house, me or Ricardo, my husband. It feels like the same desire and passion he had for me in the beginning came back even stronger. What a new body and newfound self-esteem can do in our lives, right? Emma, you're amazing.
Can you see now how these powerful nutrients work together to transform your body when combined in Gut Drops? But now comes the best part. You see, I realized one of the main reasons why market formulas don't work for everyone is due to one critical mistake. Most formulas use the exact same dose for everyone, regardless of differences in weight, age, or body needs. And honestly, that makes no sense whatsoever. Just think about it. Whenever you go to the doctor, they prescribe medication with an ideal dosage that varies based on your weight, age, and the severity of your issue. Right? So why isn't it the same when it comes to delivering a compound to help with the root cause of weight loss? Simple, because they don't care about your results. They just put in some ingredients that are supposed to help without making sure this is the right dose your body needs. But with Gut Drops, it's different. I will need you to answer some basic questions like age, weight, height, desired weight, and the main symptoms affecting you. That way, we can individually analyze and create a customized formula specifically for your case. This is by far the best way to effectively tackle the problem and help you wave goodbye to that accumulated fat in just a few weeks. In other words, we analyze each case, craft your individual plan, and from there you get the ideal dosage delivered right to your doorstep, finally ending the battle with the scale once and for all. But that's not all. Along with Gut Drops, you'll also get exclusive access to our brand new application, the Lean Track app, your personal AI-driven nutritionist in your pocket. It's not just a bunch of generic tips, it's a custom-tailored platform that takes the data you provide and creates a personalized plan just for you. Meal guidance based on your unique profile, exercise suggestions that match your energy levels and fitness goals, progress tracking so you can literally watch the numbers on the scale go down while taking Gut Drops. expert-led classes designed to help you master advanced nutrition and sustainable health strategies, and much, much more. This isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. It's a smart, interactive system built to adapt to you. So don't skip this step. Download the app and watch how quickly your body transforms when you combine Gut Drops with a tailored routine built just for you. Now, before I show you how to claim your free bottles of Gut Drops along with your Lean Track app, I need to clarify two extremely important points. The first one is, how do you use Gut Drops to unlock the formula's maximum potential? Are there any contraindications? Look, Gut Drops is entirely natural, containing no gluten or allergens. That's why I can confidently say its formula is 100% safe, methodically designed to work for women of all ages, sizes, and body types, regardless of dietary restrictions. You don't need to cut out carbs, sweets, follow a diet, exercise, or anything like that. Just take 2 drops before each meal and wait for your own body to start working in your favor, regulating your gut microbiota and reactivating the natural fat-burning mechanism that already exists within you. Okay? Now, the second point is, how long does it take for the formula to act, and how long should you continue the treatment with Gut Drops? I know a lot of people get anxious wanting to get in shape as soon as possible, so I make a point of clarifying that the formula indeed starts working from the very first day. In fact, it's very common to start seeing fat burn and a drop in size within the first 5 days, just like it did for me, because this is the most important period when you'll be eliminating all the accumulated toxic bacteria and repopulating your gut with healthy ones. So usually the first month is when you will notice the most significant change, especially in relation to your weight. You'll probably burn between 15 and 30 pounds of fat from your body, just like thousands and thousands of women have since Gut Drops was launched. But it is extremely important to use the formula consistently, keeping your gut healthy and protecting your body not only against fat accumulation, but also against various health problems resulting from gut microbiota toxicity. In addition, all the patients who continued taking Gut Drops daily for more than 6 months experienced not only more consistent and long-lasting weight loss, but also significant improvements in skin health, hair growth, blood sugar levels, sleep quality, constipation, and even joint pain. That's why I always recommend treatment for at least 6 months. This way, you ensure that all the pounds you've lost stay off, your body continues to become leaner and more toned, your skin becomes smoother and firmer each day, and your immune system gets stronger than ever. Now we've reached the most important part of this video, where Dr. Tani Andrews, the creator of this formula that has been revolutionizing medicine and natural weight loss, will show you how you can reserve your supply of Gut Drops right now and receive up to 3 bottles for free at your home this week.
Hello, Dr. Tani here again. So let's get straight to the point. How do you claim your supply of Gut Drops right here and right now? Well, currently, Gut Drops is only available on the official manufacturer's website, wellnessprime.com. It is not sold in pharmacies because pharmaceutical companies want to increase the price by up to 6 times, and we think that's wrong. Additionally, it is not possible to find Gut Drops on online stores like Amazon or eBay due to the large number of counterfeit products. To give you an idea, we use the purest and highest quality compounds in the composition of Gut Drops, most of which are imported from other continents. Each one of them is tested twice before being placed in its bottles, once by the manufacturer Wellness Prime and again by an independent FDA-approved laboratory. This ensures the purity, potency, and total absence of fillers, allergens, or toxins. It is packaged in a sealed bottle that ensures no chemicals or dangerous additives come into contact with the supplement. We do not compromise on these high-quality standards, despite the fact this makes the production of Gut Drops quite expensive. So much so that the formula was initially sold to the end customer for $190 for just 1 bottle, and people paid with a smile on their face because they knew the results were guaranteed. Since then, people have been recommending it to friends, relatives, colleagues, and we are grateful to know that thousands of individuals across the country who take their health seriously started placing orders for Gut Drops every day. So, as orders gradually increased, we were able to negotiate a lower price for importing the nutrients from foreign suppliers and cut out the middlemen, selling directly to the end customer. But instead of maintaining the value and profiting from it as most big companies do, Wellness Prime agreed to do things differently, precisely because our goal was never money. I just want my formula to reach as many people as possible so that more lives can be transformed every day. And I know it's a somewhat bold goal, but I want to contribute to reducing the global obesity rate and really make a difference in the world, you know? So it wasn't easy, but I managed to convince the partners at Wellness Prime to reduce the price by half to $99. And that's the current market price of Gut Drops today, $99. But as I promised earlier, only for customers who come through Dr. Emma's video, who is my partner in this project, we agreed to offer a unique deal as part of the Zero Obesity campaign, a social project by Wellness Prime aimed aimed at making high-quality products accessible to people of all income levels. So here's how it works. When you buy the 6-bottle kit, you only pay for 3 and get 3 for free, ensuring 6 months of treatment, which is the most recommended option. This way, each bottle of gut drops costs just $49 in the 6-month treatment plan, saving you more than $300. That's why it's the best choice, because in addition to saving money, you ensure your body keeps producing more and more fat-burning CSM-type bacteria, protecting you against weight gain for years to come. Now, if you prefer to buy the 3-bottle kit, you only pay for 2 and get 1 completely free, guaranteeing 3 full months of treatment. In this case, each bottle of gut drops costs just $69 and you save up to $100. But you can also go with the less common option of reserving just 2 bottles of gut drops, where you won't get any free bottles, but you only pay the manufacturing and shipping cost. Thus, each bottle of gut drops costs $79, representing a 20% discount off the original price. For purchases of 3 bottles or more, shipping is on us, okay? Saving you another $10. But please understand, with fewer than 570 bottles currently left and demand skyrocketing since this video went viral, it's only a matter of time before we sell out. If you truly want to regain control of your weight, I advise you to act now. Once these bottles are gone, this offer disappears. So, if you're ready to finally overcome your weight struggles and join the Gut Drops family, just click the button below. Dr. Emma made sure it will take you straight to your special discount page. Remember, once we run out of these discounted bottles, the price will go back up. So lock in your savings now and start your transformation today. Thank you very much for your attention, and I can't wait to hear about your success story with Gut Drops.
That's it. I already have a year's worth of stock guaranteed here at home. That's the lowest price ever offered. So don't waste time and secure your 6-month supply to make sure you won't run out. Just scroll down and choose your kit by clicking on Add to Cart right now. And to encourage you to secure a longer and more effective treatment, truly transforming your body from the inside out, I'll give 3 special gifts to those who opt for the 6-month or 3-month treatment. The first gift is a digital copy of my book, Stretch Mark Eraser Guide, where I show 27 recipes made with common and easy-to-find ingredients to completely eliminate stretch marks once and for all. For example, the apple peel recipe, which can erase up to 75% of stretch marks in less than 21 days, or the homemade sugar scrub to gently sand the stretch marks on your skin during a bath, making them reduce immediately in just a few minutes. The second bonus is an online masterclass called Lifted Butt and Toned Thighs. Here I show the 7 home exercises you can use to firm up your butt and thighs using less than 5 minutes of your day. You don't need any equipment, just your body weight. These are simple and safe movements that stimulate the growth of the gluteus maximus, leaving your butt and thighs more defined and firmer while you lose weight. The third and final bonus I call No More Varicose Veins. You will receive the 4 steps to restore the health of your veins, reversing the dilation of blood vessels and completely eliminating varicose veins in 4 to 6 weeks. Even if you don't currently face this issue, I highly recommend at least taking a look at this bonus because you will also learn how to prevent and avoid them from appearing in the first place. So, my dear, in short, by choosing any treatment above 3 months, you're getting a personalized Gut Drops formula, custom tailored to your weight, age, and specific needs, ensuring you get the ideal dosage and the fastest, safest results with the biggest discount ever offered. Lifetime full access to our Lean Track app, the AI-driven nutritionist in your pocket that helps you track progress, adjust your routine, and stay motivated every step of the way, marketed at $20 a month. And 3 exclusive bonuses. The Stretch Mark Eraser Guide, valued at $49, the Lifted Butt and Toned Thighs Masterclass, which costs $79, and the ebook No More Varicose Veins. If you were to buy each one separately, you'd have to invest at least $200. But today only, by choosing your Gut Drops 3 or 6-month treatment, you'll receive these amazing bonuses completely free. And if you go with the 6-month plan, you'll pay as low as $49 per bottle, our best deal ever. So scroll down the page and click on Add to Cart right now, before stocks run out again and you miss out on this one-time opportunity. And here's something cool. Even if you decide to use your 180-day guarantee, you still keep your bonus gifts forever. Plus, you can keep all the bottles of Gut Drops you purchased. Yes, we will take the loss if this doesn't work for you. I know how frustrating it is to buy a product with hopes of getting results, only to end up back at square one. And I know this because I've also spent a lot of money on various treatments and medications that didn't work, and in the end, there was only the pain and frustration that nothing would change. But to ensure this doesn't happen to you, Wellness Prime offers an unconditional 180-day guarantee on all products produced in its laboratory. Here's how it works. Reserve your 6 or 3 bottle treatment of Gut Drops right now. After that, it will arrive at your home in 4 to 7 business days via postal service in a safe and discreet package. Then, just take 2 drops before each meal and don't worry about anything else, because your weight and measurements will start to decrease within the first few days. And in a maximum of 4 weeks, you'll be completely satisfied and happy with your reflection in the mirror, your radiant energy, and your control over your cravings. Your husband will desire you with the same passion as when you first met, and everyone around will start to look at you with admiration and pride. But if by some miracle this doesn't happen, and at the end of the 6-month complete treatment you don't feel that this was the best investment for your health, appearance, and well-being, we will refund 100% of your investment without questions or hassle. You can follow the treatment for the full 6 months without risk, and if this doesn't work for you, which is scientifically impossible, just send an email to support@thegutdrops.com with your purchase details, and we will refund 100% of your investment. And maybe now you're wondering how we have the courage to offer such a long guarantee. After all, some silly people might place an order and then request a refund. But let me explain why we did this. First, because I know that if you've made it to this point in the presentation, you are a well-intentioned person. A person like me who wants to live a normal life without judgment, without frustration, without suffering. And not only that, you want to be sure that this really works and that you're not wasting your time, and that's why this video needed to be so long, so that I could ensure only truly interested people would reach this incredible offer where the risk is all on us. Second, because I've never liked dissatisfied customers or complaints. My mother taught me that your reputation and character are worth more than anything else. Therefore, if you're not 100% satisfied, Wellness Prime insists on refunding your entire investment. We're not here for your money. We want you healthier, happier, and living your best life, which is why we customize Gut Drops to your exact needs and give you access to the LeanTrack app for free. With 100% satisfied customers, we know the word will spread and will be rewarded in the best way possible by helping even more people. So there is literally no risk for you. The risk is all on us. If you're truly committed to becoming your best version, just click the button below to take advantage of your discount and join our Gut Drops family at the lowest price ever offered. Now, before I finish, I need to be honest and confess that there are 3 catches to this offer. First, this offer is only valid for new customers, only for viewers of this presentation, and only for the next 24 hours. If you really want to get Gut Drops at the lowest price we've ever offered, you need to act right now. The second catch is, since most people are ordering 6 bottles at once, it's quite common for the company to run out of stock at certain times of the year. And the reason is we rely on international suppliers, and they can't always meet our demand. That's why it's almost impossible to produce the necessary batches every month. As a result, it can take up to 3 months for another shipment to arrive in our stock, and as you've already seen, all the tests show that if you want to achieve the best possible results, it's recommended to use Gut Drops daily for at least 180 days, because although it starts working immediately inside your body, the more permanent and long-lasting results begin after a few weeks of use. For example, I started noticing a difference as early as the first week. My face started to look slimmer and more youthful. My jeans began to feel a little loose around the waist. My belly was a bit flatter, and I started waking up with much more energy. But the most incredible transformation happened after 6 months, because at that point, I looked like a completely different person. My stomach was leaner and more defined than ever, and I looked like I was back in my 20s. But more important than that, I was happier, more confident, the smile on my face was back, and everyone could see I was totally comfortable with my body. There's nothing in the world that can compare to the looks of admiration and pride from the people who love you. That's why I always tell our customers that the more you use it, the better your results will be. That's why so many people are stocking up on 6 bottles at once, because after using Gut Drops for 30 consecutive days and starting to see and feel the life-changing results, believe me, you won't want to wait another 2 or 3 months for the new stock to arrive. That will kill all your progress and willpower. So I always recommend starting with 6 bottles because it will last for the next 6 months, and you won't have to worry about anything else. You can cancel your gym membership, throw all low-fat foods in the trash, and stop obsessing over calories because you won't need any of that anymore. Now, the third catch is that after you start using Gut Drops, we ask just one favor. When you start seeing and feeling the fantastic benefits it brings to your body, including increased energy levels, better skin, more regular bathroom habits, higher concentration, higher libido, better mood, and less constipation. And of course, when you look in the mirror, 20, 40, and even 60 pounds lighter, feeling like you're half your age, we ask that you tell your friends and family about the product, sharing this informative presentation video with them. However, keep the low price to yourself because it won't be sold at this symbolic price for long. Does that sound fair? I hope so. That way, everyone benefits.
See this size 46 pants? I'm never going to wear them again. I went from a size 46 to a 40 in less than 6 weeks after I added gut drops to my daily routine. For me, the hardest part was always cutting back on food. I love cooking, making cakes, pies, puddings, in short, I love eating. So I decided to try the gut drops formula to see if it would really reduce my appetite, because I feel that my problem is there. And wow, I was shocked because it worked instantly. When I'm telling you guys instantly, it's like right away. The feeling of fullness is immediate and lasts a long time. I go the whole day without feeling that insane hunger or the urge to go to the kitchen all the time to see if there's some Nutella, some bread, some piece of cake. You know what I'm talking about. So for me, that's the most impressive part, because it doesn't depend on my willpower, and I think that's awesome. I am burning fat like crazy. I'm feeling more energetic than ever and wanting to enjoy my life more and more. So from one moment to another, I really appreciate what you're doing, Dr. Emma. Thank you very much.
Incredible, right? Remember, with our 180-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose but the wait. So are you ready to see what life feels like when you finally break free from stubborn fat and constant cravings? Then click the button below right now to reserve your personalized gut drops treatment if we still have stock available. After that, you'll be taken to our secure order page, which is encrypted with the same SSL technology of the largest banks of America, so your data is 100% safe. There, just fill in your details correctly, then choose your payment method, and you're done. After that, your order will be processed immediately, and you will receive an email with your exclusive tracking number. All orders are shipped in a plain box for your privacy within 24 hours and take 4 to 10 business days to arrive at your home. Orders for 6 months supply are treated as the highest priority, so don't be surprised if it arrives in 2 days or less. And as part of this special offer for new customers, we will cover the shipping costs for orders of more than 1 month of treatment. We take pride in our excellent customer service and are eager to impress you. Our business is built on referrals, and we know that if we earn your satisfaction, you won't hesitate to recommend our products to your friends and family. Remember, this opportunity is for a limited time. This video will go offline in less than 24 hours, and if you click the button below and the order page says reserve treatment, it means we no longer have bottles available at the moment. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. If you've made it this far, you've seen that everything I've shown you is quite simple, scientifically proven, and has already worked for hundreds of women of different ages and body types. And you've also seen that there is no risk of disappointment, as you can try the entire treatment for 6 months covered by a 100% refund guarantee, and you still get to keep the bottles and all the special bonuses forever. Think about it. You're getting all of this at a price so low it's practically a gift. We've moved mountains to make gut drops accessible for everyone, but at the end of the day, this choice is yours. Where do you want to be 1, 2, or even 5 years from now? Always comparing yourself to other women you don't even know, lacking confidence in yourself, not having the courage to wear your favorite clothes or a bikini to go to the beach, always thinking that nothing looks good on your body and that others are judging you, and even judging yourself as inferior compared to other women. Is that really what you want? That's not what I wish for you. I want you to see a slim and defined woman in the mirror, with your relationship thriving, your self-esteem through the roof, and blood test results that will impress your doctor. And of course, being able to live your life without limitations, wearing the bikini, pants, and dress you want, knowing they will look amazing on your body, a life where you no longer have to hide or blame yourself, because all you'll feel is pride and self-love, tearing glances and compliments from everyone around you. I believe there is no one better than you to judge what's best to do. Remember, you are the only person responsible for your future, and the pain of trying is infinitely less than the pain of regret. Click the button below and secure your bottle of gut drops at the lowest price ever before this door closes and you never have this opportunity again. Hi, still here in the video? Let me answer the most common questions I get about gut drops, in case you still have any doubts. 1. How long does it take to see results with gut drops? And how many pounds will I lose? Look, the speed of fat burning depends on how neglected your body is at this moment. I can't give you an exact time frame here, but usually between the 3rd and 5th day, you'll start noticing a difference in your measurements and your clothes fitting more loosely. The vast majority of women send me messages saying they lost between 33 and 55 pounds in 3 months by following the treatment with our advanced formula. We have case studies of people who suffered from obesity and lost an incredible 106 pounds of fat with the 6-month treatment. But as I said, it really depends on your current weight, how bloated you are, and some personal factors. That's why I don't like making promises as if they were rules, like most companies out there do. But the main thing I can guarantee you without a doubt is those pounds won't come back under any circumstances. 2. How will I know if it's working? Look, you'll feel it. More energy, better sleep, more regular bathroom habits, better mood, digestion, less hunger. These are just some of the benefits you'll notice in the first few days of using gut drops in your routine. And of course, the reduction in measurements. But the deeper benefits may take a little longer to appear, like really slimming down, defining the belly, and getting a toned body. It's all a process that should be respected, and that's why I always suggest the 6-month treatment with gut drops. These nutrients really work like magic together. Many are surprised to discover how powerful nutrients from Mother Nature can be. But when we think about the power of caffeine or the fact that even aspirin is made from the bark of a tree, it's easy to see that there are some fantastic solutions waiting to be discovered. Gut drops combine 4 of nature's most powerful nutrients, and if the improvement in your health, energy, and gut isn't enough to convince you, the image you'll see in the mirror after using it will, I'm sure of that. 3. Is the Gut Drops formula safe? Are there any restrictions? Yes. Gut Drops is made up of completely natural nutrients that you can take regardless of your dietary restrictions. Our formula was designed for women of all ages, sizes, and body types. As a doctor, I would never recommend something that could harm your health, drain your energy, or put your life at risk. Not to mention that the formula has already been tested and approved by hundreds of patients who never once reported any problems. That's why I can confidently say that our formula is 100% safe. Go to your doctor and ask if he thinks the ingredients will help you lose weight and reduce your appetite. I'm sure you'll be very satisfied with what he has to say. I'm 65 years old and I have a slow metabolism, and I've tried everything. Do you think it's worth it for me too? Absolutely. In fact, many of my students and patients with the best results came to me frustrated after doing everything right and spending time and money on various methods and products that didn't work for them. I emphasize this a lot. The problem is not with you, and you are perfectly capable of achieving your goals. It doesn't matter your age, weight, or body type. Gut Drops will work for you just as it worked for me and all the women who have tried it. Here's what you should do. Complete your order, try our formula with the 180-day guarantee, and if by some miracle this doesn't work for you, if you don't shed all the pounds you need before you even expect it, or even if you don't like the color of the packaging, just talk to me and we'll refund your money, and you still get to keep all the bottles and special bonuses forever. And I'll personally make sure to call you and apologize. Emma, my friend lost 11 pounds in the first week. Is that common? Look, I'm very happy to hear that, but it's not normal for results to appear that quickly. The normal range is losing 4 to 7 pounds per week. As your body starts producing more and more fat-burning bacteria, it's more common for significant weight loss to happen around the 3rd or 4th week of using Gut Drops on a daily basis, because that's when your body will start working at maximum speed and efficiency, transforming everything you eat into energy immediately and flushing all the calories out of your body, even if it's a burger or dessert. Doctor, my skin has changed a lot. My belly is flatter and slimmer than ever, and it looks like my face has turned back 10 years. How do I explain this to my friends? First of all, congratulations, my dear. That's something we hear a lot around here. You see, your gut provides fuel for all the other organs in your body, and when it starts functioning at maximum potential, the other organs usually follow suit. The skin is, in case you didn't know, the largest organ in the body, so it's no surprise that taking in nutrients can give you clearer, healthier skin and make you feel younger. It's kind of a side benefit that we hear a lot from our customers, and we're very happy for you. 7. How should I take Gut Drops? For the best results, take 2 drops 30 minutes before each meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This way, you help your body get the maximum amount of vitamins, digest food easily, and transform that food into energy that keeps you going all day without feeling hungry, stressed, irritable, or drained of energy. 8. Do I need to refrigerate Gut Drops? No, it's not necessary. As long as the bottle is kept at room temperature, you can travel with it without worrying about a decrease in quality. Our bottles also prevent heat, light, and air from degrading the quality of the ingredients, so you can be sure they will arrive in excellent condition. Last question, can I buy Gut Drops in stores or pharmacies? Definitely not. To maintain our high standard of quality and personalize each Gut Drops formula for you, while keeping prices low, Dr. Tani decided to eliminate all intermediaries and deliver Gut Drops directly from our manufacturer to you. And now, with this special offer for new customers, you can get it at the lowest price we've ever offered, with bonuses worth over $200 and a super 180-day unconditional guarantee for you to try it without any risk. So what are you waiting for? Click the button below, place your order now, and join the Gut Drops family. I want to be the first to congratulate you on this wise decision to invest in your health and happiness. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope the next success story is yours.